Don't be a scaredy cat, just be a preparedy cat. Never be the one they gotta ask the questions, where we at? Yeah, you might have stood around too long like a looky-loo, but the first sight of some drama, you crumble just like a cookie do. I never was one to bail on my partners, they bailed on me though. Even when they did me low, I never took it below. Before I became an OG, I had to train the G.O. I never crossed the line, but got the point like a free throw. Methods and lessons were taught, following's what we planned on. Keep an ear to the street, but mind the same business we stand on. The clean right way is what we now keep our hands on. Yeah, it's cool to say you walked away and then you ran on. Got away, not today, you spun the block to face the music. Admitting to it, getting through it, make it right next time you do it. Run and go get help is what you're supposed to do. And don't forget the words that Aries Jackson spoke to you.
Don't bail on your partners. You'll remember who did, but you'll never forget who didn't. Don't bail on your partners. You'll remember who did, but you'll never forget who didn't. Don't bail on your partners. You'll remember who did, but you'll never forget who didn't. Don't bail on your partners. You'll remember who did, but you'll never forget who didn't. Don't bail on them. I remember being a young lad. Me and my partner was riding bikes at the dirt hills when some older dudes came through hella rude. They tried to punk us for our bikes, fight or flight, I ain't even gonna lie, I ran. Matter of fact, I pedaled like a bat out of hell. Oh well, I know that ain't G, that's being a scaredy cat, so what? I was scared, although I went and got help. I left my partner on stuck, good thing he had hands and didn't get beat up, but that was a lesson learned. When the going get tough, you ain't tough if you turn and get going off of one for all. Back to the wall, everybody swinging at your knuckleballs. It's an all-out brawl. Just don't move in a manner that'll make it come to that. And even though back then I ran, nowadays I'll never run from that. All facts, no caps. Don't think me and my partner was ever the same after that day. And even to this day, I wouldn't change a thing I learned. Don't bail on your partners. You'll remember who did, but you'll never forget who didn't. Don't bail on your partners. You'll remember who did, but you'll never forget who didn't. Don't bail on your partners. You'll remember who did, but you'll never forget who didn't. Don't bail on your partners. You'll remember who did, but you'll never forget who didn't. Don't bail on them.